You guys, I'm gonna drop so I can listen.
When they do that, they're wanting to get David all raged out, thinking they're going to call his probation officer so they can see how pissed off he's going to be for tonight.
But she also admitted to calling the jail cell where David was at. Why?
Yeah, what does that have to do with her being like a racist and I don't understand.
And
who called the jail? I'm sorry.
Jama
called the jail that David was in, and she also is on a personal level and has a personal friendship with the Barbie. Tell me if I'm wrong. Jonathan
She did that on live read?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Jonathan's the stepson. So he goes into her lives now and supports her. So they're using Jonathan, the stepson, as rage bait to Becky. Did I get that right, Barbie? Pretty much?
Yeah.
So Jama has spoken to Jonathan on the phone, has had a live exposing Becky with Jonathan in the live, and attends her lives.
Karina said, I have a better idea. I can print out Becky's face on pew sheets.
Thank you, Scam. So along with somebody over there in the battle saying, I'm going to call David's PO, I'm going to call David's PO, that's influence. That's somebody telling her in the chat to say those things. Then you've got this type of influence, which was done just a couple of days ago, that you're going to print out somebody's face on a target. And kudos to Darling Darla and to Fur Babies for saying, we don't do that here. We don't support that here. That's too far. You two guys, thank you for standing up for what was right.
Her baby said, that's going too far. And she says it was an idea, no hard feelings.
And I'm sorry, who said that they could print her face out on the
Karina.
Good grief.
So you see, I hope you guys see where I'm coming from on this. So we've got 909 innocent souls in a school where we just talked about the school that he goes to. And then I have a better idea. We can print out her face on a pew sheet on a target. So crazy people are out there. We've got innocent kids doxing schools. Y'all see where I'm going with this, right?
It just shows the level of hate that is on that side.
If it was my kid at that high school, I would be enraged. Especially if I turn on the TV every damn day and see something about some type of alert, red alert, lockdown for the schools. And you know why? Because I can't say why they would lock down schools. Because we have crazy people on the street.
If my child went to the school where he goes, right now I'd pull him out because I'd be so afraid something happening.
Right.
So you see why tonight we had to pop on, and thank God there's people out there like Darla and Fur Babies. Hey, we don't support that here. That's too far.
Yeah, that's way too far.
I would have waited until Thursday where I could ask all these questions, because I know that Becky's doing some crap. I know it. And I know that people are filling her full of it just so she'll do it. Because she gets so wound up because she doesn't have that thing that we have where we can process that this is probably not a good idea. It just flows in as a thought and comes right out her mouth. But we got to be better than that as humans.
Yeah, I want to echo a little bit what Fallon was saying. And I'm going to be emotional. So just know that. And this will kind of dox me, but I'm okay with it. Recently in my community, there was a mass pew-pewing. And the motive was hate. And I can say, because I've gone to community events to spend time with my community and to share our experiences, that it has fundamentally changed our entire small community, and it will never be the same. We are a strong community. It's very family oriented, but it absolutely rocked us, and not in a good way. I mean, it brought us together, but we all still feel weird about it. Even I still feel weird about it. I feel anxious. I feel afraid when I drive through that part of town, and I was less than a quarter of a mile away when it happened. It's not okay. Like Fallon said earlier, you don't know who's listening, and you don't know the motives of the people who are listening. And to endanger 900 children is so irresponsible. I don't have words for it. But as someone who has had a community who's been so impacted recently by that type of violence, it is not funny. It is not justified in any way, shape, or form. I don't care what words she's used in the past, what she's done here and there. I'm not saying she's right. Two wrongs don't make a right. What you are doing will never impact change with her. The only way to do that is through education, and through that education there needs to be compassion and understanding, and harassing her family is not the answer. So I just wanted to say my piece there, because this is touching my heart very much, as you guys can tell. It hurts me that these families are being hurt. And again, I'm not saying they're right, but you guys are hurting each other, and where's the stopping point? Because it's just an escalation, and then an escalation, and then an escalation. Where does it stop?
Thank you for that. Read your testimony and your heart. Appreciate it.
I know that was hard for you to come up here, read, and talk about that.
Yes.
We appreciate you, and we're praying for your community.
Yes.
Thank you very much. I'm going to go ahead and drop my love to all of you.
Thank you.
Yeah, Reed, I hope you come up Thursday.
So all that aside, guys, this isn't about sides. This isn't about that's my friend and I'm going to stand 10 toes down. This is about just humanity and a line being crossed where there is 909 souls plus the 55 admins at a place that some serious hate is going on here. And I was upset when I found out that there was a conversation had before with Jama. Jama, do better for your friends too, because it sounds like those people are trying to do the right things, but you sound like you are influencing them down a path in which, whether it's peer pressure or whatever it is that's going on, they want to please you because they want to be your friend. Be a friend and do something and bring attention to Becky's bad behavior.
Hi, Fallon and crew. Can I say something?
Hi, Darla.
Hi. So I was minding my business because, I don't want to interrupt lives and I don't want to whatnot. There's like a double-edged sword. While I hear everything you're saying, I do. And I'm not there's a lot of things you said that I'm not okay with. And guess what? Jamin knows it. My whole team knows it. I'm not going to make excuses for nonsense that everyone knows is wrong. What I'm going to say is I saw Terrible where she said, I can't believe Darla's on board with this, and call out Barbie, I believe is your name, said, oh, she is. She's all up in the Discord with it. What I'm going to say is Jama herself can tell you the amount of times I've lectured her, talked to her, tried to talk, whatever you want to call it. I don't go after her. It's not for or against. I stay in my lane. I mind my business. She called me into her live that day, and when Karina said what she said, she was muted and booted immediately, because that's what I do. I didn't mute her because I'm not a mod over there, but I said, get rid of her. Like, we don't do that. And then she tried to say she was sorry. I didn't mean it. And Jameis said, get her out of here. So her mods took care of it. So I was glad that you acknowledged that I did the right thing, but I try to always do the right thing. I don't ever sit and to see somebody say, oh, it's all up in her Discord about blah, blah, blah. Half the Discord channels, I was just saying it to someone on your panel tonight. Half the Discord channels in the Discord, A, it's not mine, and B, I'm not even in. I don't go in them. I don't read in them. They're there. Maybe it's on live. Maybe it's this. Nobody condones this kind of behavior, right? And you are right. Two wrongs don't make a right, no matter what the situation is like. And
I will say for Darla, I'm sorry not to interrupt you. You know, some people have people pleaser syndrome. She has Captain Save-A-Ho syndrome, so sometimes it looks like she's having negative behavior, but trying to change the person into positive behavior. Is that right,
always
Darla?
believe in fighting for the underdog, even when it hurts me. And that's something I need to work on, maybe, you know, because I'm not against I've seen a lot of sides. Listen, the trolling of Becky was going on long before I even was sitting on this app, to be honest with you. Doesn't make it right, doesn't make it wrong. I don't troll her. I don't get involved in it. I'm not part of that. But I also can't stop people from doing what they're doing. I can advise, I could offer suggestions, and, you know, there's some things that have stopped. Now, the dress thing that you put up there, I actually forgot about it, but when it happened, we all said that's not right. But I do think, and again, I'm not taking away from Becky, and I don't know what her intellectual level is.
Fault he was on there.
I don't know any of that. I just know that I do think she puts herself through a lot for very little money, because I do see the money she makes, and it's very little. And that makes it even more sad that she puts herself through for, last I checked, it was on the average of $2.03 a week. That's
sadly, I think she does it to have somebody to talk to. And as screwed up as that sounds, as long as I've been watching Becky, paying attention to her, I think a lot of it is the problem is she don't know how to connect. So, you know, here we are, you know, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's and I'm not saying you're right, but the hard part about it is I've seen I think what the problem is here, and I can't solve the problem. I'm just telling you what I've witnessed, right? The problem is, I think a lot of people have come out against the racism part of it, because unfortunately the entire family is extremely racist. Now, can that completely be blamed on, you know, there could be a blame for everything. I don't know. And I'm not speaking up for Becky or Jama in this moment. I'm really not. I'm just, you know, I wanted to come up and make the record straight as to, you know, I don't condone any kind of violence or anything like that. So when I saw that, I knew exactly what that was. And at first I was going to say, wait, you're not just playing that clip and not the rest of it, right? but you went back and you finished it. So I just wanted to say thank you for that, because, it could be misconstrued as I didn't do the right thing when I know that I did.
Absolutely. And if we were out here on a witch hunt, Darla, absolutely. There's things that I've seen that I could pick apart and just put up just what I see and make my own narrative. But the facts of the matter are, this is what happened. There's no reason for me to make a villain out of anybody when this is the reality of what's happening.
Yeah.
Except Jama. Jama's the villain. What do you mean?
There's go ahead.
Are you playing another live, Darla?
Yeah, you're breaking up really badly, Darla.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. It's me and my phone on the bed. I'm sorry.
Oh,
on the pillow, I mean. I do that all the time. It's plugged in and it's on the bed. Yeah. So sorry. Yeah, it's a lot. And again, I don't know. I don't know what the right answer is, but I don't think that the aggression and the nonsense is warranted on many levels, but I think it's just wrong on both sides. And I've seen it happen in many ways, and it's hard to say what is the right thing to do and what's the, do you continue to yell at a person and say, don't do this? Do you continue to tell Becky, don't do this? What do you do? I don't know.
Well, I thought the answer happened on April 6th when Jama said that she was going to the police. And I thought that was, well, then we're going to start seeing something calm down, because I promise you that if Becky was under the understanding, or somebody went to Becky and explained to her, look, Jama is filing charges on you putting out her business, her address, her whatever, without her permission, and doing it with malicious intent. And then I was thinking that was the right route.
Oh, see, I didn't even know that. So
yes,
there's news to me.
yes.
I didn't even know that took place.
And that's why I have questions that I want to ask on Thursday. I want to ask Jama, whatever happened on April 6th when it was said or indicated that you were going to the police about it. Because I'm not saying that Becky did not dox her information. She absolutely did.
Right.
And she's still doing it. And now David thinks that he's got a vendetta because he thinks he's gone through something, because he thinks he didn't do anything wrong. And he absolutely did. He is a product of his own actions.
Yeah.
And now here we are. And I am worried about everybody. But
the hard part with the Jonathan thing, because I heard that reference. Listen, I don't like that kind of stuff at all anyway. But he did go to Jama. I'm not making it right or wrong. Jama didn't seek him out, and Jama didn't go to find him. He came to her.
How old is he, by the way?
Is he 30? I'm guessing. I think he's the same. I have a 30-year-old, so I could be misconstruing that, but I think he's like 28 to 30. So he is a full-grown adult. I have a 30-year-old that runs his own business, is a fireman for 2 counties, and, is living. I have 3 grown adult children that are doing those kinds of things. So, as Tara can tell you. So, I mean, I at that age, you're old enough to, but again, is he the same? I don't know. I don't know him from a hole in the wall, and I wasn't part of that. Did I hear it? Yeah, I heard about it, but I wasn't part of it. But he reached out to Jama, and whatever that dialogue was, I don't even remember most of it, nor did I sit for all of it. So there's that, right? But I do know that he went to Jama. So, I mean, unless go ahead.
That's appropriate, Darla. We have family members all the time come to us, and we give them a platform, and they come up and they tell their stories, and we don't know them from Adam, but we allow them to come up and tell their stories because some of them are so horrific. You're like, damn, I can't even imagine somebody going through something like that. Because it's like, you can't even make this stuff up. And
I give that man credit because they were threatening him because, listen, people have big mouths, so we knew the live was coming. Becky knew it was coming, I guess, and he was receiving threats. Like, I guess maybe they give him a ride here or there. I don't know. I've heard many things. Just sometimes scrolling, right? The FYP. And he apparently, and Becky says it all the time in her lives that, well, the next time he comes by here, we're not giving him a ride. And I'm like, okay, I mean, he's 30. He should have figured out how to be driving by now. I don't know. I don't know all the details, and I don't really want to know, if I'm being honest. But he seemed cognitively there in what I heard of the interview. And what I will say is there were some things he wasn't comfortable speaking on. And then there were other things he did speak on. And I did hear her ask him questions where his answer was, I really don't know. I wasn't that close to Becky. I didn't stay around her. I wasn't close to her. And, but basically they didn't get along. So there were some things, but then he's the one that outs something that went on with the brothers when they were younger. And then Becky confirms it in her live.
See, and stuff like that, Darla, that's whatever part of awareness or trolling or whatever it is that's not on us. That we don't tell people you can or can't do this.
Right.
But
Right.
we are saying you just don't, to the point where you're wanting people to get hurt. Like,
No, I agree.
Think through what's going on here. Like, there's always some type of consequences, cause and effects going on. Like, I watched them give resources. I watched Suze get up in Becky's box and give her resources when it was time to take care of the bed bugs. I watched her do that. And that jerk Eric was an asshole the entire time Suze was over there trying to do it. Every single time she would give some type of, because she knows Becky. She knows Becky's not listening. She knows she's going to be defiant. She doesn't want resources. And Eric was like, let her write it down. Let her write it down. Every single time she tried to do something. So eventually it was just time to get out of there.
Oh, was that when there was a man in the box and he was trying to say, like, let's give her a plan and make a call tomorrow.
Yes.
Okay. It started to ring a bell. Gotcha.
Yeah.
It's a lot. And listen, and I'm the first one. And if you ask Jamie, she'll tell you I'm the first one that will say this is wrong. That, like, if I see it, I don't see everything that goes on. But yeah, I mean, I myself have said you need to really think about what you're doing. Like, I mean, it is what it is. I would say to anybody.
And I hope that Thursday we have some type of answers. I really do. I want to know everything because